Hello and welcome to R&D Mathematics. Today we are going to talk about applications involving linear equations or simply word problems. So some word problems, some applications with linear equations. In our previous videos, we learned about linear equations. Now, when you have a certain word problem, certain application, there are few tips. First, make notes and draw a diagram or figure if possible or if needed, right? If possible, it may be the case that you can draw and sometimes make a table. These are few tips. And then one important must is set up an equation. Now, why most students are having difficulty with word problems is there is a story. Word problem is a story and you don't see an equation. For example, let's say if you have this equation and I ask you to solve it, you will easily do it. But if there is a story, no x, no force, just some story, it's your duty to convert that story into word problem. So this is the tricky part. And finally solve it. Now the only way to be good at this is doing more and more examples. So let's do some examples. Okay, please have a look at this. Now, okay. So this guy has these 3 test scores. So I am making my notes. Test 1, 82, 79, 90. And if the score on the final exam is worth 2 tests. See, 2 tests. This is important. And his goal to earn 85 average. So average 85. What score on the final exam does he need to achieve for this goal? Now, how do you address this question? First of all, you don't see any equation, right? So this is how you start. Let x be. So you have to choose your unknown x. So in this case, what are you going to find? Score on the final exam, right? So let x be the final score. Now you have a variable. Now using x, we know when we add these numbers and final, so 82 plus 79 plus 90 plus, is it x? Well, 2 test scores, so final worth 2 of them, so x plus x. Now the average mean when you take average of something, of a data set, you add the data and divide by the number of data. So here you have how many tests? Well, in reality it's 4 tests, but actually it worth 5 tests because here 1, 2, 3 and with these 2. So you divide it by 5 and that must be 85. See, we set up our equation. Now after that it's not hard. So we just have to add these numbers. So 2, 9, 11. 151 plus 2x over 5 equals 85. Now we can cross multiply. Let me write it over here. So 251 plus 2x equals 5 times 85. So 251 plus 2x equal 425. So 2x is going to be 425 minus 251. So 2x going to be 174. When you divide by 2, you get 87. So, what score on the final exam does Dante need to achieve? So, he need to get at least, it's better to put it this from at least 87. It's better to get more than that, but he need at least this much. Okay. So in this example, the most important thing, no, in any word problem, the most important part is setting up the equation. That's why I told you in my previous page. See, these tips can be helpful. So in that example of ours, we make some notes, little bit diagrams in notables, and set up the equation. Let's keep looking at more examples. Okay. So if 28 is less than 5 times a certain number is 232, what is the number? So how do you start? You can always pause these videos and watch, right? Why don't you give it a try? Okay, so let x be the number. So you have to choose, you have to write this, right? You have to write. In a word problem, there is certain writing answers as well. So you have to start your solution like this. So let x be the number. Now rewrite using x. This story, let's convert this into an equation. So if 28 less than 5 times a certain number, so a certain 5 times that number, so 5x. If 28 is less than 5 times, so 5x minus 28 is means equal sign 232. See? Now, do you see this equation in English, this sentence? Now it's a matter of solving it. So 5x, and you add 232 plus 28, and you get what? 260, and you divide by 5 to get x equals 52, right? Okay, so the most important part is converting this into this equation. Let's see another example. 15 more than 3 times a number is, so again, what is the number? So you have to start, let x be the number. And 15 more than 3 times the number. So 15 more than, so you have plus 15 because 15 more than 3 times the number. So 3x is, so equal sign, same as 10 less than, so minus 10. 10 less than 6 times the number, so 6x. Okay, so that part is the most important. Please, go backwards and watch it what I did. That's the most important thing in this word problem. Now after this step, it's just simplified. So 3x comes this side and I get 25, right? So x is going to be 25 over 3. After you set up the equation, simplifying is really easy because it's just a linear equation. Let's keep looking at a few more examples. Now, sum of 3 consecutive integers is 93. What are the integers? Now, this is a little tricky. So, sum of 3 consecutive integers. How do you start? So, I told you let x, now let x be what? Pause the video, think about this. This example is a little bit different than other examples. Okay, there are 2 different ways of doing this, actually a few different ways. So the easiest way to go, let x be the See, consecutive numbers means numbers like 3, 4, 5, right? When you add them, you have to get 93. Obviously, these are the not choices. So let x be the smallest. So you have to start somewhere, or you can take it to be largest. But in those two different approaches, you will get two different equations, but ultimately you have to have the same answer. Okay, if I choose my x to be the smallest, then how do I proceed? See, if x is the smallest, now look at here, 3, 4, and 5. These are consecutive numbers. 3, how do I get 4? By adding 1, right? So the next number is x plus 1. And the next number is, or the largest in this case, is x plus 2, right? So our equation plus x plus 1 plus x plus 2. Why? Because the sum of three consecutive numbers is 93. Now 1 x plus x, so I get 3x, and then I have 1 plus 2, so 3 equals 93. When I simplify, this is 90 and x equal 30. You can quickly check. So 30, 31, and 32 are the numbers. If you add them, are you getting 93? 3, yes, see? And we are done, and that's correct. Now, in this example, what if you choose x to be the largest? Let me erase this and show you. Let me leave my answers. What if somebody choose let x be the largest? Then our equations will be different, but still we have to have this answer. So in that case, the middle number, let me word it like that, middle number should be x minus 1. The smallest in this case should be x minus 2. Now this sentence will convert, so x plus x minus 1 plus x minus 2 equals 93. So 3x minus 1 minus 2, so minus 3 equals 93. 3x equal 96, x equal 32. Now, x is the largest. So one number is 32. So largest one is 32, one before 31 and 30. See, the same answers. Okay, next example. Sum of three consecutive even numbers. Now this one. Let x be what? Again, pause the video and think about this. Sum of three consecutive even numbers. So what are consecutive even numbers? See, 2, 4, 6, 8. These are consecutive even numbers. So let x be the smallest. Then the next is what? How do you get? See, consecutive even, it's not x plus 1 but x plus 2. And the largest, x plus 2 plus 2, so x plus 4. So what you need to do? X plus 2 plus x plus 4 equals 246. So now 3x plus 6 equals 246. So 3x equals 240. X is going to be, when I divide by 3, 80, right? And the required numbers 80, 82, and 84. And you can check whether your answer is correct. How about this? Sum of three consecutive odd integers. So consecutive and odd. So again, let x be the smallest. Even though we have odd, okay, like this 1, 3, 5, 7, still the jump is plus 2. Can you see? Plus 2. So if x is the smallest, next is going to be x plus 2, and our largest x plus 4. So x plus 2 plus x plus 4 is going to be 152. So I have 3x plus 6 is going to be 152. 3x 146. X is uh, wait, I made a mistake. See, because I was thinking about the last problem and I made a mistake. I did not read it carefully. So find the sum of twice the first, the second. Okay, what was I doing? Sorry about that. I was doing exactly what I did before. See, that's how our mind works. That's how human mind works. So this is why you need to be careful. You need to read it. So find three consecutive odd integers so that the sum of twice the first, okay, three consecutive odd. So the next is x plus 2 largest x plus 4. Up to that it's correct. Now what I did for setting up the equation was wrong. So sum of twice the first, so this is the first, so 2x plus the second, this x plus 2, and 3 times the third, so 3 times the third. Now we are done. Is 152. So 2x plus here x and here 3 times x, 3x. So I have 6x plus here I have 2 and here I have 12. So 14 equals 152. So 6x is going to be 152 minus 14. So 6x equal 138. So when I divide by 6, I get x equal 6 times 2, 12, 1 left, 3, 23. So the required numbers 23, 25 and 27. And you can double check by plugging it into this equation or directly thinking about reading this English statement, and you can check that. Now, see, word problems can appear in any branch of mathematics. Now, in this case, triangle. So, triangle, what you need to remember, in any triangle that you know, angle sum of triangles is always 180 degrees. So, this question based on that. The second angle of a triangle is double the first. So, let x be the first. So second, this implies second angle is 2x. The third angle is 40 less than the first. So third. So simply first, second and third, they choose in any order. So third, 40 less than the first, so x minus 40. Now what you need to do, add these three, x plus 2x plus x minus 40, and that's going to be 180. See, that part is not in the problem, so that's something you are supposed to know. So 3x and x, so 4x minus 40 is 180. So 4x is 220, and x, when you divide by 4, 55, right? Yes, 55 degrees. So we have to find that all three angles. So 55, second one is 2 times of that, so 110, and the last one is 55 minus 40, so that is 15, and when you add these three, you are getting 180, and that's correct. Okay, now this is again a geometry problem. the perimeter of a rectangle. So first of all, perimeter. That means the word perimeter means when you add length of all four sides. That is 44. And length is 5 times less than double the width. So let x be the, I would like to take width. Then you have to write length in terms of x. Length is 5 less than, so minus 5, double the width. Width is x, so 2x. Find the dimensions. Now you know length. So in my figure, this is 2x minus 5. This is x. And 44 is when you add 2x minus 5. I have two of them. So twice 2x minus 5 plus x and x. So I have 2 of x's equals 44. So here I have 4x and here another 2x, 6x minus 10 equals 44. So 6x equals 54, x equals 9. So width is 9 and length, so width 9, length is going to be 2 times x, so 18 minus 5, 13. Okay. Now let's have a look at this. See again, guys, when you do this, please pause, try it for yourself, and then watch the video for the answer. Now it says, a sofa and a love seat together costs this much. So this is dollars. The sofa costs double the love seat. So let I would take let x be the price of love seat. The reason is, let me explain the reason. It's okay if you can do this. Let x be the price of sofa. If you do that, love seat is going to be what? Let x be, if x is sofa, see, sofa is double the love seat. So love seat is half of this. I will have x over 2. I don't like to have fractions. So because of that, I took x to be the price of love seat. Then sofa is 2x. Yes, you can do it like that and we will get into the same answer. But see, these are some things that you need to do. After doing many examples, these are educational tips. You will understand to choose your variable carefully. Now let's convert this. So sofa and love seat together cost. So x plus 2x equals 444, right? And how much? Now, so 3x is easy. 444. So x, when you divide this by 3, 444 over 3. 100. So you can do it like this. 1, 3, 1, 4, 4. Yeah, here 4. 12 and 2, 4. So 148. Now let's see if I choose my variables like this. So if I choose x to be sofa, then I will have love seat is this much. Wait a minute. So you know what? So here, let me finish my answer. So I took x to be the price of love seat. So love seat is $148. And sofa is twice as that. So you multiply this by 2. That much. Now let's see what will happen if we go in this route. X, and in this case we have x over 2, that is 444. So you multiply by 2 because that's the least common denominator. 888. So 3x equals 888. So x equals 888 divided by 3. So you can do it like that. 2, 6, 2, 28. On left, 296. See, sofa. Is our X sofa? See, yes, X is our sofa. And loves it, here half of it, which is 148. So X over 2 equals 100. See, it doesn't matter. You can do it like that. But for the simplification reasons, it's always to, you know, try to wisely choose your variable. And I think, guys, that's enough examples for this session. And thank you.